We got some news to get into, boys. A few things changing in the game. Blizzard not allowing cursing in the game? I'm not quite sure about that, but we got some shit to dive into, so here we go. Oh, watching the news? No, you're watching me talk about something real important here. I'm a man of the people, and people know me by that term. How do I hold the energy that I do every day to help the people out? It's G Fuel, guys. Right now, I'm drinking Gohan's Blackberry Tea. Fantastic flavors, good stuff, zero sugar, full of energy, a good way to game and to play at your highest level the way I do every day. You can use code Samiccus at checkout to get your favorite G Fuel up to 30% off. Try it now. The World of Warcraft weekly, put out is here. We got BCC, or Burning Crusade Anniversary Edition, Overlords and Outlaws, Outland now live. Just another, classic Andes, classic version of a classic game. More shit dropping here, so if you're excited about that, that's now live. Mists of Pandaria, Siege of Orgrimmar, arrives June 2nd. I can't believe they're not even there yet. Okay, June 2nd, you get Siege of Orgrimmar once again for the third time. Enjoy killing Garrosh in the longest raid that has ever existed in World of Warcraft. Also, players who want to play Midnight for their classic flying mount, that thing ends on May 17th. You need to go through. It's over. Shit, it's May 18th. You fucked up if you didn't get this mount yet. Oh well, too bad. Moving on, WoW Portal room partnered with the Discord communities. That's right, so the WoW Portal room is like a new players hub to where they can go and get their questions answered and shit. Well, it looks like it's partnered up with a bunch of Discord channels, including the Wowhead one right here. So a bunch of WoW Discord channels have teamed up with the WoW Portal room to offer advice to new players who are joining this game, this complicated-ass game, for the first time. We just recently watched a new player join WoW for the first time. Guy couldn't even figure out that there was a mount sitting in his bag, needed to be clicked, added to his inventory. So there's certainly questions that need to be answered for new players. This is a good place for them to go if they want to get into it. There's links here if anyone wants that. Links should be down below to the article if you want to get into these portal rooms. Moving on to some patch notes and shit that went live over the weekend. Blizzard trying to fix a couple things here with delves and raids. So first of all, an achievement. Reservation for one will now be granted to players who collect myth tier fish meat. There's myth tier fish meat multiple times in the same run. Okay, that's great for them. For delves, Nemesis squads should no longer spawn under the world in the Perelian Plaza. So yeah, that would not be optimal. You want this shit spawning on the fucking ground, not beneath it. So there you go, that's been fixed. For decor duels, hiders can no longer swap with enchant decoys. And then for dungeons and raids, this one's important here. A teleport pad now appears in the Isle of Quel'Danas for the raid groups that used the raid shortcut and have bosses defeated. So now you can actually teleport to where you need to fucking be in the raid. That's great. Fallen King Salhadar resolved an issue making the Broken Oath warning unmovable in edit mode. And then for hunters, we got Beast Mastery Hunters. Bestial Wrath, or as I like to call it, Bestiality Wrath, now displays as important on enemy nameplates. It should be important. Anything bestiality related in this game is of course important and should be displayed, so that's a great change there. Moving on, taking advantage of Valeera in order to defeat Nullius, okay? Or Nullius, okay? Taking advantage of Valeera in order to defeat Nullius. Nullius is the delve boss. We all know about him. He's actually being considered probably one of the easiest delve bosses we've seen. Look, for Nemesis bosses, I've defeated them all, and I'll continue to defeat them all. I haven't done this guy yet. I'll get to him eventually. But evidently with Valeera does more than Bran ever did. Bran was, this little short chode running around, not doing much for the most part. So if Valeera just does a little bit, she's done more than him already. But yeah, Valeera evidently is a great freaking companion to bring along. She does her thing. For melee, it's the hardest fight overall for tanks and damage dealers that are melee. This is considered to be a bit harder, but for ranged, much easier. And healers actually having a good time too because Valeera pumps out so much damage. So as far as Delve Nemesis bosses go, if you haven't tried them all yet, I would suggest giving them a try. And then here we got Best Ascendant Void Core upgrades for all classes. The Ascendant Void Core right now is a big deal. It's getting a lot of people to higher item levels, obviously, and it's important to understand kind of which item you should be upgrading first. Right now, it's weapons and trinkets are the only things allowed to be upgraded by this thing. So what should you do first? The weapon, the trinket? Which trinket of the two trinkets? Well, I got you covered right here. We got the list. Essentially, for a lot of classes right now in specs, the thing you do is you upgrade your weapon first, and then you upgrade your Gaze of the Seer. Okay, that's the trinket that I think most people out there are using as a best in slot right now, and that seems to be kind of the theme for most. There are a few that are a little bit different. We got a Havoc Demon Hunter. The Algathar Puzzle Box is considered to be a better upgrade than the Gaze of the Seer first. So a couple changes for a few of these. The weapon seems to be the #1 go-to for every single one. Obviously, upgrade your weapon, guys. That's important. That seems to be the #1 choice if you want to actually upgrade your DPS or upgrade your healing, whatever it is. But that seems to be the list here of everything. Look at this list if you want to take it all in. I put this in the chat and down below if anyone wants me to get this. Fuck the puzzle box. It's a freaking best in slot for them. So, yeah, they are going to fuck it if they find it for sure. Also, WoW Mythic Plus players pushing hard, guys. We are seeing some of the highest keys ever completed in terms of Mythic Plus. Now, I don't mean like highest in terms of the highest key at the end, but I mean highest key on average. Right now, people are pushing real hard. We are seeing high key production and high key passage rates still. Still, this season remains to be one of the most popular seasons we've seen. More popular than any War Within season. The dungeons remain the same, not much change here. Myasara Cavern continues to be the shittiest dungeon in the game. And then here, this is the big number right here, guys. Typically, we see +10 being the highest number and then a big drop off there. Since Blizzard added these two achievements, we are actually seeing +12s now almost on par with +10. +12s have become almost the new +10. Guys, now +10 is typically what people run for their vaults, right? But because people are pushing for that 3K IO and the 3,400 IO achievements now, people are pushing higher and higher. We're seeing more +12s completed than ever before. We're even seeing 14s and 15s and 16s. 16s are where people want to get that high level achievement. That's where people are going to have to get across the board. If you're doing an 18, then maybe you could do a lower one in another dungeon, but 16s across the board is really what you need. And we are seeing some high level keys being completed by the player base. As I said before, the highest level keys on average that we've ever seen in a season. So these are big numbers people are putting out. Don't forget, there's also that top 1% like gladiator-esque achievement that's happening at the end of this season. So even if people have gotten the achievement, they're still pushing their IO as high as they can to see if they can be one of those top 1%ers at the end of the season. Overall, I think it was a good idea for Blizzard to put those achievements in the game. I think it has helped participation a lot in Mythic Plus. And then another reason why people are completing these things at a high rate right now is the upgrade systems that we have, right? We've seen it already with this the Nebulous Void Cores upgrading, or Ascendant Void Cores, I should say, upgrading gear. We have our rerolls to get our best in slots. So right now, players are geared out. Players are geared the hell out, probably more than usual, and they're really completing these keys at a high level, which is good to see. Are you excited for more selfie content, guys? Looks like in 12.0.7, we are getting another selfie style thing in the game. Well, it's not really a selfie style. It's more like a screenshotter. So if you don't know what this is a new toy called the Photo Finisher that's coming in 12.0.7. Essentially what it does is if you activate it at the start of a dungeon or a raid, a little bronze dragon will come out and take a screenshot every time you kill a boss. You can see little images right here. These are screenshots taken by the trinket. You see the little bronze dragon showing up right here. In each of these images, he automatically, I should say, shows up every time a boss dies and takes a screenshot. Now, one thing people are complaining about a little bit here is, couldn't Blizzard have the UI removed, or maybe have these screenshots taken from the actual angle of the bronze dragon? They think right now just an automatic screenshot, maybe not as optimal. Also, this thing isn't working. Right now, the dragon shows up less than half the time. It's certainly still bugged. It hasn't been perfected just yet. I think this would be really cool if the dragon itself, like the angle of the dragon actually shows up, so these look more like action photos, like in the moment, rather than just a screenshot where all of your UI and everything is still there on the screen. If Blizzard can do that, I actually think this trinket would be pretty cool. This toy would be a pretty cool one to get for sure. Interesting, yeah. Screenshots of wipes would be funnier. Yeah, I kind of agree, although that would be frustrating, and then you have to go through your albums on your PC deleting all these fucking wiped screenshots. But anyways, another little toy here that Blizzard's trying to get into the game, and hey, it's an interesting one for sure. I haven't seen anything like that yet. And then finally here, we have a little bit of a debacle going on. So a player got banned from WoW for cursing, dropping a bunch of F-bombs, evidently. And then he went back to try to figure out what the fuck was going on. And he got what he claims to be was a very much a AI response, basically just telling him that he said too many curse words. They issued a suspension and closure to protect our players. and our service in accordance with Blizzard, fucking rules and shit. Well, I just crossed literally twice saying the whole thing. But basically, this guy got cussed out or dropped out from saying a bunch of F-bombs, and he feels like he got banned by AI rather than banned by an actual Blizzard GM. Well, Blizzard did officially respond to this in a blue post saying this. Hi all, jumping in here. The way we engage with this post isn't the quality we expect of ourselves or each other at Blizzard. Customer service is here to offer clarification and guidance. We want to make our policies clear, and we want all of you to feel comfortable reaching out to us. Our behavior policies are important and are regularly evaluated to help ensure our games are a great place to be for as many people as possible. To be clear, cursing is not a blanket punishable or is not blanketly punished within our games. Context matters, and in this case, the context warranted upholding the action. Thank you for making your voices heard, and we will work to communicate with more clarity moving forward. So, I don't know what this guy said. He asked to be kind of quoted on what he actually said. I don't know if there's a screenshot here and what was actually said in the ban notice or anything, but he was in fact banned. He claims for dropping F-bombs, and the response from the CS team was that he does in fact clearly like to curse a lot. So the CS team responding to him, a few little updates here. Again, he's going to act like he was completely innocent. He was evidently banned. The only thing I can really take out of this article is, yeah, these AI responses to basically, these customer service things, they're kind of sad. They are really the human side of GMing and everything in the game, where it used to exist in the classic version, where literally a actual human GM would show up in the game dressed as like a wizard and tell you things or help you out with things. Those days are long gone. We're far removed from any of that. We're now seemingly far removed from any actual real people in customer service, as this definitely looks like just a standard AI response. But hey, the guy probably got what he deserved. I'm guessing he freaking cussed somebody's life out and he just won't admit it. But for today, that is all in terms of news.